This meeting is being recorded. All right. Hello, hello. Here we go. So we are 2 weeks away, 2 weeks away from the new catalog. Is anyone excited? Yeah. Yes. Mary Jane says thumbs up. Okay. So there is, I don't know about you guys, but there is so much going on in my life right now. And then with the new transition and everything else, that it is easy to get overwhelmed. So I thought what we would do tonight is talk about some strategies, some easy things that you can do without having to learn a whole bunch new or go out and create a whole bunch of things yourself. Just a way to focus and strategize a little bit so that if you have limited time, your time is being used to the best advantage. Okay. So I am going to screen share in just a second. So how do we make the most out of catalog transition? Well, we have to get the information out to our folks, right? If we don't get it to them, they're not going to know what's happening because they aren't as focused on our catalog season as we are. We have to get the product out to them. We have to get some excitement going, and we have to follow through with what we start. And to me, those are the big things is getting it out there, getting that excitement going, getting the chatter going, and then following through on everything that we've started. So how do we do that? How do we do that? So we need to build the excitement. We got to have our own excitement. And the only way you can be excited about something is to know something about it. So we've got to know our catalog. We don't have to know it inside and out, but we have to know what's coming. We have to know there's a new product fragrance delivery system coming. We have to know there's some changes to some favorite products. If we don't know those things, we can't talk about them. So we've got to be able to chatter with our folks about those kind of things. We have to get their information out there. That's important. If we know about it and they don't, it's not going to make a difference to them, right? They're not going to be booking or buying because they don't know anything about it. We have to have a plan that fits in our life. So every one of us are busy. We are all busy. It's crazy, crazy. So you need to find a plan that works for you to streamline what you can and to make it something that isn't a burden, but oh, I need to check on this. Because the check on this isn't onerous. The, oh, I have to create, oh, I have to do, that becomes a chore, and nobody wants another chore in their busy life right now. Okay. And then what resources are out there? And we'll talk about that a little bit. And then follow through with our customers, with our processes, with the actions that we take. All right. So building excitement. I'm going to share my screen. So you guys know by now that there are 8 full-size new warmers coming and 5 minis. Where's my desktop? There it is. Share my desktop. Oh my goodness. Oh, you don't want to see that. That's my inventory list. You don't want to see that either. You want to see this. Here we go. So you guys, can you see that? Okay. So you guys know that there's 8 new warmers coming, 5 new mini warmers, a brand new fragrance system, a brand new buddy, a brand new cause product. And you know people who are going to be excited about those, right? You're going to know somebody who, loves the positive saying on our cause warmer or is really into, I don't know, tiger stripes or something like that. You're going to know somebody who's this is going to speak to. You're going to know someone whose kids are going back to school this fall and are in PE and sports, and the travel twist could be perfect for them. You know those people. You got to get this information out there to them. So what we need to do is plan and focus what we're going to do for the next 2 weeks. So there are 3 more Wednesdays before the new catalog comes out. So that means there's 3 more warmer Wednesdays. So you can post something like this or something like this. Now, these are last chance for opulence, first glance for tiger jasper. And there's about 10 different versions out there of these. And I'm going to post all this for you guys. I didn't make a lot of this. I found it. But the information is out there. Or the this or that. These are the brand new warmers, mini warmers coming out. Some people are going to be very excited about that. That's going to get chatter going on your pages. It's going to get conversation started. Or, oh, I didn't know this was coming. That gives you an opportunity to have a conversation about the new catalog or what's coming out. The this or that. There are also 3 more Fridays. So Fragrance Fridays. Oops, let's go down here. So these are 3 of the 10 flyer descriptions I made for the brand new scents that are coming out August 1st. So this is just 3 of them. Right now on my Facebook page, I have them scheduled for the last 10 days of the month. The one is going to get posted every day at the same time every day, 10:30 in the morning. It's going to be posted. So every day it's going to walk through. All I had to do was write, what do you think? Oh, this sounds good. Something simple. And it wasn't a big chore to put up there. So that gets all 10 new fragrances out there. It gets conversation going. You could also do something like this. You see this first glance that somebody made? Pick a number between 8 and 57. Each one of these corresponds to a page in our catalog. And when they pick the page, then you talk about what's on that page. I thought that was kind of clever because they don't know what number they're going to get. So as they pick different numbers that haven't been chosen already, you're going to end up going through your catalog. That's simply a follow-up. That's all you're doing. Uh-oh, make sure that I'm not leaving people in the waiting room. Vanessa, sorry, Vanessa. There we go. So that's going to give people a chance to go through the catalog and see different things, and you're going to be able to talk about them. That's going to get you more familiar with the products as well. Okay. Also, last day of the month. So this is scheduled to go up. This little flyer right here is scheduled to go up on my VIP group on the last day of the month. Will it get me any orders? I don't know, but it's a reminder and it's something that's going to keep them thinking. The other thing that you need to do is you need to get products out to customers, right? So how do we do that? Well, you go back to your customers that you know buy from you all the time, and you're going to make sure that they get that catalog and they get that scent card and or some scent samples. Okay. What about this? If you went to virtual SFR this year, you had the opportunity to, they sent you 3 wax bars and the laundry, the new Fluffy Fleece laundry. So what if you did this? What if you reached out to some of your customers who always use laundry or are constantly buying wax? What if you reached out to them and said, hey, I need 5 guinea pigs or 5 scented sacrifices or 5 test patients, whatever you want to say. Reach out to them, however many you want, and send them a sample with the understanding that they will put a testimonial on your page once they've used it. That gets chatter going as well. That's a strategy for you to use to get some conversation going. Troll your hostess groups. If you have hostesses from the past, reach out to them and say, hey, I know you love fall scents. I'm going to send you a couple of samples of the new scents. Would you try them out and write on my page about them? They may get so excited about them that they'll host for you. You never know. Another consultant I know, she does a free Friday. And what she does is on the one Friday of the month, she goes back and looks at whoever reads her newsletter. And she sends an email to everyone who's been consistently reading her newsletter. And the email basically says, thank you for reading my newsletter every month. I really appreciate your support. The first 5 people to respond to this email will receive free samples in the mail and the new catalog. May or may not get something going with that, but you acknowledge that they're reading your newsletter. You acknowledge that you noticed that, and you get the information out there. One more customer. The other thing you can do is with your Scentsy Club folks. If you have, I have several people who only do quarterly. So I all have already sent them a couple of little samples of new wax scents from the fall catalog, knowing they aren't going to get a Scentsy Club box in August. I went ahead and sent them some samples and the new catalog, and I've already got 2 pre-orders for August 1st. Not big ones, but they would have missed out because they wouldn't have known about it for a while, and I wouldn't have gotten those August sales. So that's another way to get things going. When you send samples out to anybody right now, send a showcase brochure or the catalog. If you have July orders that you still have to deliver, some kind of scented sticker, something goes in there for the fall catalog and the new catalog. Get that stuff out there and then reach out. When you do your follow-up on their order to check and see how they like their order, you're also following up on, did you happen to see the samples that I sent you? What did you think? Because they may be a host for you in August. Some people like to put coupons in. That's another thing you can try. All right, so you've got the stuff out there, right? You don't want your mailbox to be lonely. So now you have to have some kind of a plan to figure out what you want to do. What do you want out of your August? Are you trying to build your team? Are you trying to get sales, or are you trying to get more parties to broaden your customer base? All of these things come down to what we just did, getting the product in people's hands, getting the excitement going. But some things that you can try also to get people talking and thinking about it, go live. Even if you don't have anything new from the new catalog, you're probably going to have at least one warmer that's transitioning to the new catalog. So you can talk about how excited you are that your favorite warmer is staying in the catalog. And oh, isn't this a great looking catalog? And hey, I found this one on page blah, blah, blah that I love. Go live 2 or 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be long, but show your excitement, get them talking and thinking about it. You might get more people asking for catalogs as well. So you remember all those catalogs we talked about you sending out? Well, about 4 or 5 days after you send them out, do a booking blitz and make sure that all the people that you sent the catalogs to are on your list of people to contact during your booking blitz, because they should have had time by then to receive it and to at least thumb through it. So that's not a bad idea either. Here's another thing. What about Christmas in July? So a lot of people do that, and they do a lot of sales. We've just had some pretty epic sales with Scentsy right now. So I tweaked this a little bit for my own purposes. And this stack of presents here is booking opportunities for me for August. So I'm going to post this. I'm going to leave it up from tomorrow through the 27th with the hopes that I will get some bookings. Can you guys see that? Is it hard to see? It's hard to see. Is that better? Okay. So all of these, if you noticed, each package has a number, and each one has something different: an in-home weekday, afternoon, or evening, an online or basket during the week of the 14th of August, an online or basket during the week of 1 August. I spread this out so that it would fit my schedule, because I know from the 19th through the 27th, I'm going to be gone for the fair. So this is an opportunity for me to try and fill up my calendar before then. The explanation is going to be posted as well for them. From the accompanying graphics, select your box based on the date and style you prefer. Confirm your Scentsy social date and details with me. And then they will get a booking gift when they book, right? So They don't receive it until they host their party and it comes in at least 200. And then I can kind of determine, what it's going to be. But for me, I'm going to shoot every one of them. I want 350 because of the new free shipping level. So I'm going to try and hit everybody for 350. If they hit 350, then they're going to get a $35 warmer for free, but I'm going to use it as a half price, right? My perpetual party reward, use that, cost me 17 bucks, but 17.50. But on a $350 party, you're getting what, $76 in host rewards or commission. So you're still going to end up with like $60. So to me, it's worth it. It's not worth it for everybody, but for me, it's worth it. And it's an opportunity to get some bookings. That might not work for you, but it's an option. Okay. Um, Christmas. Oh, you can also do something like post a graphic that says the first 5 parties booked and held with me in August will receive a special something. You don't have to tell them what it is right away, but get those bookings in and then figure that out with them. You can have your own sip and sniff. You guys, we have 2 weeks left, 2.5 weeks left in July. Target that last weekend, the 30th, have a sip and sniff with your testers and the new catalogs and have people sit around and pick out some stuff, drink some wine or some soda and have some snacks. And you've got a whole bunch of orders ready to put in 1 August. And you may end up having a couple of hosts. The biggest thing is that you need to have the resources that you need. You need to have some kind of catalog or showcase brochure. Catalogs are great because they have all the art in there. And they also talk about the bundle and save. But if that's not in your budget right now, showcase brochures are 25 for a pack of for $5. So those work well too. You can get those out to customers, get the QR or get the scented stickers in them and get that out there. They're going to get the same bang for the buck in terms of the scents. So they're going to know that and they're going to be able to smell them. You can also try sending out in this next couple weeks targeted posts. What do I mean by that? I have the travel twist scheduled to post on Friday. It's Fragrance Friday for me, right? So the travel twist is going to go up. I'm going to tag several of my friends who have athlete kids or kids going to college because the travel twist is going to be perfect to throw in those gym bags or to throw in the dorm room or to throw in their car, things like that. Target people that you know a product will appeal to. Sometimes there's a warmer that makes you think of someone. I have a friend who loves dragonflies. So when Dragonfly Away came out, I tagged her in it and said, "This made me think of you right away." Of course, she bought it because she loved it. And she loved that I thought of her. So you need to be specific in what you're doing and targeting people too. So, what resources will you use? Well, there are a ton of resources out there. Not only are there Facebook groups and they're listed here, and I'm going to post this later. Why is this not getting bigger? Oops. There we go. These are all Facebook groups that have ideas, flyers, challenges, or information for you to use. They, for the most part, are not groups that are making you create something. So if you don't have a lot of time and you don't want to think about having to learn a new skill or create a bunch of stuff, all of this stuff is out there. If you have Visly, that Visly code group, somebody's already created parties and party posts or things for you to post for the next month for the fall catalog, and it's going to be right there. That's supposed to say real life Scentsy pics, not PIDs. Sorry, guys. Real life pictures, you and I both know real life pictures make a big difference. Nobody wants to see constant catalog pictures, even though they're beautiful. That doesn't show what it looks like in someone's home. So as many real life pictures as you can, that always is better. Let's see. And if your budget does not stretch to a ton of catalogs and such, get some showcase brochures and get them in people's hands. Then on 1 August, you can start handing out a little flyer that's like this. Mine's messy, but like this. I made on Canva. And as the QR code. Now I made this for the spring and summer, but once 1 August hits, it will automatically switch over to the fall catalog. So I have a stack of these I can still use. I just can change the cover or what have you. So that's something to consider too, is if your budget doesn't stretch to a ton of catalogs, take one of these with you. Put it in your purse and people can scan it right there in front of you. That's another option. So you've done all this, you've got catalogs out to people, you've got people excited, you've got chatter going, and then what? So we all know the then what is follow through. So you need to follow up on those catalogs and samples, whether it's through Amy while we still have it, whether it's some notebook that you keep or a spreadsheet, whether you tattoo it on your arm, whatever it is, make sure you follow up on all that great information you've got out there. Sit down one evening while you're watching TV, pull some of these flyers off different sites and schedule posts to go out 2 or 3 times a week in August. If you do it one evening while you're sitting around watching television, it's going to save you hours worth of work later when you don't have the time, when you're working, when you're hauling kids around or whatever. Go back through your contacts on your workstation or in Amy, and your scent is back. Hey, I know you love fall scents. I was thinking about you. Get those conversations going. Maybe their favorite scent didn't come back. I have a friend who loves Pretty in Plaid. She loves it. It's not coming back. But there are a couple that might be similar. So that message is going to go to her. Hey, I know you love Pretty in Plaid and it's not coming back. However, we have a couple that are similar. Take a few minutes and figure those things out for your customers, and they're going to like that too. And then you stop sharing. Okay. And then can you see my calendar? This is my little calendar, okay? And all it says on it, really, it's messy, but all it says on there is what I'm doing. It's very simple. I've got the new scents going out the last 10 days of the month. I got a sneak peek of new warmers going out next week and on Wednesday. I'm running that Christmas in July booking thing starting tomorrow through the following Wednesday. Those are scheduled. Took me a half an hour to schedule those posts. Took me longer to make the post, but it took me half an hour to schedule them. And then that information is out there, it's done. And the only thing I have to do during my busy week is check for messages, check for comments, and follow up and get activity going. All right, I'm done talking. Who else has ideas out there? What are you guys doing that's worked for you during transition?
I just took Melissa's advice from the last Zoom meeting, and she said with one of the last sales, she had texted everybody, sent text messages out, and she got $1,200 in sales. Well, we were leaving for out of town, so just in the morning before we did, I texted as many people as I could, and I got about $400 in sales from just those text messages.
Nice. And was it for the new catalog as pre-orders, or is it for now?
No, it was for the flash sale that we just had.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was so happy. And if I had more time before we actually got on the road,
right.
I couldn't do it on the road, but I can just imagine how many more sales I would have gotten.
Right. So when you send your follow-up thank you to them, there goes the new catalog or
right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Who else? What else is everyone doing that's different than what I've said? I know you guys are doing stuff. Mary Jane.
Okay, so I just did this tonight just before Zoom. I wrote, I'll just tell you what I wrote.
Okay.
I went on my VIP page, and when you post things, people are seeing it, but you don't know if they're really reading it.
Right.
So I just put This is my post. Just an FYI, the catalog changes 8/1 of 22. This means all discontinued wax is 20% off. So 6-pack of wax is $24. So just till the end of this month. Hurry, let me know if you want anything. So I went on my VIP page, went to customers, and I started sending a private message to every one of them. I got about 10 before I jumped on Zoom, and I've got 2 response back already.
Nice.
So I'm going to finish up with that. So
The biggest thing I think for us guys is we need to make it simple for them, because as overwhelming as this transition can be for us with all the new stuff going on, if we have to make our customers think and work hard at it, they are not going to follow up. They're not going to follow through. But if we can make it easy, like Mary Jane just said, hey, there you go, and it's out there, they're going to be happy. And they're probably going to go, yeah, go ahead and put me down for whatever. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. What else? Yep.
well, here's what a couple of them have said. Oh, is that include blueberry cheesecake? I said, not for the 20% off. I said, that's just for discontinued, and I'll send you that list. So then I just sent it. She goes, okay, I want 3 blueberry cheesecake, but I also want the fall scents too. So it's happening.
Now, I have flyers. Somebody posted that break down everything that's going away by category of product. So what's going away in laundry, what's going away in this, what's going away in that. And I can post that on here after the Zoom if you guys want it. Okay. Because that's helpful too, because a lot of people look at that, they're like, I don't know. But if you focus it on, hey, laundry, wait, I like that laundry scent. Don't take away my laundry. There you go. The flyers that I showed you earlier, the 10 new scented ones, the new scent descriptions, there's going to be a ton of those out there. I still will post these on Together We Scent. I sent it to the directors the other day, but I'll send it, post it anyway. And then all the flyers that I showed when I did the screen share, I'm going to post after we get off this meeting. So at the very least, you at least have those to use or ignore and modify to fit your own, however you want to do it, but you don't have to start from scratch. And I think, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes what keeps me from being successful about things is I don't know how to get started. I've got so much going on. I don't know how to get started. But if you hand me something where all I have to do is tweak a little bit or just follow through with it, I'm good. I'm golden. So I'll post all of this when we get done with this. So you guys will have it. And then, is there any other questions? Did I miss anything? Let me look at chat. There's chat. Can graphics like this state the first 5 parties would get a special price? So you can, but you can't say what it is. You can say the first 5 parties booked in August with me will get a special gift from me. Then privately, you say to them, you know, when your party hits $200, you can have the option of, and whatever your budget fits, then you can tell them privately. But they don't get it until they book their party, host their party, and it comes in at least 200. And yes, and the bundles are not 20% off, only 10. And I goofed that up myself earlier today. So, okay. Follow through, what we talked about. Follow through, getting the information out there, building excitement. Is anyone have questions about specific products or anything that's throwing them off about the new catalog or the shipping? Is everyone happy with the shipping? Yeah?
Yeah, I went over the shipping this morning and I actually went over it with Mary Jane. So really it's better for us because $350 now is our free shipping. It's not $500 anymore.
Right.
However, it's $10 I got it right here. I printed it off. So it's $10 on $249.99 or less. A flat $10. So am I understanding that right?
Wendy, can I jump in, Robin?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm still, I think it's going to be good, but just to make sure we're clear with the shipping, I was excited when I saw that, but the 350 has to be on the like from your workstation to count for free shipping. So let's say that someone's party is $500, but 400 of it was from PWS orders and only 100 was from the workstation. It's not free shipping anymore.
Okay.
So that's the only bummer. So we just got to make sure we understand that. And I believe it was $10. Is that right, Robin?
Yeah, yeah. So the workaround for that is making sure that people who want to place online orders give them to you and you place them as an individual order in the party, because I believe if you do the individual order through your workstation, it still counts, I think.
That's a good idea. I didn't know that. That could be true.
I need to double check that, but my understanding is that since that's through your workstation, that it would still count towards the 350 total for free shipping for the party order, but that person would still have to pay their own shipping, of course, like always.
Right. Okay. That
Okay.
makes sense.
So this says, do PWS orders attached to a party count towards the shipping of the party subtotal? And it says no. If you're doing online parties and guests are primarily ordering and attaching the orders to the party, will the host now be paying shipping when closing the party order? Yes, unless the party subtotal is 350 or more. Yeah, that's a little confusing.
Yeah. So I asked Tammy about that, and she's going to check for us, because that was confusing to me, because if it's in the workstation, because that's what they said, if it's on the website, it doesn't count. But if it's on the workstation and it's a bit individual order attached to the party, it still should count. But I could be wrong. Cassie, you have a look.
Yeah, I think you have to have the customer's cart in the party on the workstation as a direct ship order. I don't think it's an individual order, because that's in the same party cart.
So if they direct ship from that,
yeah.
If they direct ship from that, they're shipping. Well, that's how it always is.
Well, but if what Cassie's saying is if you put them in your workstation party and they have a cart and you select the direct ship option for the cart, when you close the party, they pay it, but the party total still counts their order towards the 350. Is that right?
Gotcha.
That's how our workaround is. So they can't go online to the website and have their order count towards the free shipping for the host. We now will be the ones to enter those direct ship orders. If I'm,
Wendy,
if we could only have home office come explain that a little better, that might help, because it is a little confusing for sure.
Wendy, did you make a cheat sheet?
It's shipping changes FAQ. It's on the it's under training, I believe. I was looking under training and I printed it out. So I mean, of course I can read it 3 different ways every time I read it.
Exactly.
So, well, I'm sure we'll clarify, and it doesn't even become effective until August 1st. So by then I'm sure we'll get more clarification.
Right. So does anyone have parties booked for August yet? No? Are we all, Mary Jane does. Mary Jane has one. So I guess we need to challenge ourselves for next week, right? Next week we all come back and go, yes, we have a party booked. Yeah. All right. All right. I'm looking at all of you. I should take a picture of the screen with my phone. I know we do a, oh yes, Megan, do a sip and smell. There you go. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I know we do a drawing every time, so I am going to take a picture of my screen. I know Melissa can see this anyway. I don't have a way to randomly generate a name, but I will make sure that a drawing is done and I will get you guys stuff in the mail. Okay. Questions? Gosh, I guess we're done early. Sorry. Did poor Jerry keeps getting kicked out of the waiting room, I think. Okay, so did that answer any questions? Did that help? Yeah? All right, so I'm gonna post all these flyers that we talked about and the 10 scented ones, and then I'll post the list of resources that I showed with all those websites or Facebook pages. I'm not specifically touting any of them, but I have gotten information off of all of them at one time or another, so it can't hurt, right?
I just wanted to mention too that I printed off the scent FAQ and it's updated because it has the the twist.
Yep.
It has that on here also. And it talks about that. It was 3 pages long. So it talks about the travel twist on there.
Okay.
So you guys might want to go there too because it's updated with current information.
Okay.
I like to print those off, especially when new catalog comes out.
Does everybody have the new catalogs or something coming by now, or at least, yeah? Okay, good to go. Yeah, Mary Jane?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, Debbie, have you tried your little disc?
The travel disc? No, I have not. It's actually sitting right here. Would you like me to try it?
Yeah.
So I remember that I had trouble turning it at first. But it's really easy to turn. I don't know why I had trouble. Maybe I just
I think Wendy and I were talking about it, and Wendy read, and it's they use felt inside. So
yeah, it says that they use
probably
scented
just
felt.
refresh it with room spray, or that would be kind of cool.
Right.
it is. Yeah, it is. It is felt. It's like a white felt.
So we were gonna get them and test them and see if we could refresh them with our room spray and make them last longer than 30 days. If, it says the fabric used in the travel twist is scented felt and it's supposed to last up to 30 days. So that's kind of nice if we can test that and then something we can say to our customers too.
Does the felt feel like waxy or oily?
No, it's dry. It feels like almost like a drier bouncy sheet type thing, but thicker.
Does it feel like our
like the felt
dip in the wax?
No, it's like softer. It's a little softer than that.
Okay.
It's hard because I can only. What's that?
Tammy said that she thought the scent was pretty good coming out of it.
I'll be honest with you. This doesn't smell like Luna to me. But
post-COVID nose.
Yeah, right. So that could be it. But it smells like it doesn't smell like Scentsy to me. It smells like kind of like an air freshener. I don't know. I won't say it. It could be the COVID nose. I love Luna. It doesn't smell like Luna. So we'll just blame it on COVID there.
One of my boys that they were taking Sunkissed Citrus out of the catalog, and he said, "Oh no, that's my favorite rest area bathroom cleaner." I said, "Well, you're not writing marketing copy for Scentsy, that's for sure."
And since I'm unmuted, one thing I was going to say earlier that, and you might have talked about this, my kids have been very distracting tonight and I'm on my phone instead of my laptop. One thing that someone talked about, and maybe everyone does this, but I never did, was writing thank you notes, to everybody. I know we've kind of talked about before. I'm really bad at follow-up. That's the one thing I really need to get better at. So I just went to the dollar store and I bought a whole bunch of, you can get a pack of thank you notes for $1, like 6 or 8 notes. And that's my goal is to, I've sent a personal note to everyone who's ordered for me, the past month, and I'm going to just have them ready. So every time I can just do it, because they were saying that's a game changer. When you do that for people, it makes them, really want to come back. So.
And you know what? Stamping everything with your contact information. I just got a phone call yesterday from a lady that I haven't seen since last year at Cedar Fest Labor Day weekend. So almost a year. And my sticker was on her last wax bar that she had. And she called me and placed $100 order.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, okay.
And in the thank you notes, I forgot to say, I put the warmer of the month flyer. I just put that in the thank you note because I always have so many of those left and I don't know what to do with them. And I make address labels and in my, have my name and address, and then I say I sell Scentsy and I put my website. So no matter who I'm mailing something to, I use that as my return address. And then I take those little stickers and I put one under there too. So to draw attention to it.
There you go.
And if you are ever going to the Christmas tree shop, that store, they have beautiful thank yous that are extremely reasonable as well.
Where's
So
that at?
The closest one I know of is on Telegraph and just past Van Born. But in your travels, if you ever run across a shop called the Christmas Tree Shop, they got some great thank yous. And like $3 or $2.50, like 24. They're nice. So, in your travels, other than the dollar store and stuff, I'm always looking for note cards.
There you go.
Oh, good to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thank you very much for joining in our Zoom and being patient with me. And
Thank you.
we're all going to get on here and say we all have at least one party booked for August, right? Yes. There we go. All right. All right. We'll talk.
Robin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robin.
Thanks. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.